Okay, this is the part you need to take notes on. We're doing light. And we're going to talk about light as ray and reflection. Yes?
I just wanted to be in the video.
So, we will usually have a surface. It could be a mirror or anything. And we perceive light as a ray, which means it kind of travels in a straight line. And we'll usually illustrate it by just drawing a little arrow. Now, light hits something, it bounces off, it reflects off. That's how we see people. Light hits you, it absorbs colors, it bounces back. That's how we perceive things in the world through our eyes. So in physics, to analyze it, we have a few terms that you just kind of need to know. We have a line that we call the normal. And it is perpendicular to the surface. Perpendicular means it is 90 degrees from the surface. And in math, we would usually on a line, we would draw a little box like that. That means it's 90 degrees from the surface. We call that perpendicular. This is an imaginary line. This is a line we measure stuff to. So,
Love science. Can I sit in on this?
yes.
Do you need a sign sheet?
No, I don't. Thank you. I don't need a sign-in sheet.
If you want to get started on the survey today, you can.
Okay.
And then just keep
Okay.
following up.
You're now on my video. Okay, we can take care of it. So, since light is a ray, we have the light shining toward an object. And we call this the incident. An incident means something starting. You always hear this on police reports. We have an incident. So this is the start. Incident means the light is shining on something. And one of the things we usually measure is what we call the angle of incident. And that would be from the incident ray to the normal line. The angle of incident. In a rare time, we will get the angle to the surface, but normally when we talk about the angle of incident, it is always to the normal line. When light hits something, it reflects off, it bounces off. And once again, it bounces off as a ray. And we call this the reflection. And often we want to measure the angle of reflection. The angle of reflection will be from the reflection ray to the normal. So that's what we use the imaginary normal line. That's what we are measuring our angles to. Because not everything's a nice flat surface. So on today's worksheet, you're going to be asked to define these and asked to get these measurements. So this is simply a way we determine how the light ray is hitting the surface and how it's reflecting off of it. Any questions on this?
The reflection ray is the one that the light bouncing off, right?
It's the light bouncing off, just like a reflection.
So where does it go after it bounces off?
It goes until it hits something else to bounce off, or until its power is so small that it's immeasurable and becomes something else.
It's kind of like one of the games, like it just keeps on bouncing and bouncing until
It'll keep bouncing and bouncing until it hits something which either absorbs all the frequencies of it, so it doesn't reflect off anything anymore, or it gets so dim that for all practical purposes it doesn't exist anymore. Remember, light can go a long way. Some of the stars we see, that light has been shining, that light ray has taken billions of years to get to us.
Do those stars continue to like go on?
The light ray will just keep going on. until it hits the end of the universe or curves back, depending on which theory you believe on the shape of the universe. Some people think it's endless, it goes on for infinity. Some people think it has a unique shape and eventually everything returns back to the point it started. But that's a little more physics for later. Any more questions on this?
How fast is it?
That is in the worksheet you did where you came up with the value for C.
Isn't that
You
I
did a
did the
worksheet.
worksheet too and I passed it.
light years per
It's like 1,860 million
light years?
meters per
this
second. That's it. That's your notes for the day.
Can I redo it on a different paper so I can make it neater?
Yes.